Hi there, everyone. Laurie Barraco here, and I'm looking forward to sharing some messages for this upcoming week. And this week, I am using the Dreamer Way Tarot. And this is the first time I've ever used this deck. So I am looking forward to the symbolism and the beauty that is sure to accompany it. It's really gorgeous. So this deck is the Dreamers Way Tarot by Rome Choi, Choi. And that's what the cover looks like. Hello there. Oh, I see Daphne there. Hi there, guys. If you're tuning in, please say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to start, though, with some smudge. Got Michelle, got my lighter. It's Monday morning, or Monday afternoon. I don't even know where Monday has gone already. It's already 2 o'clock here. Crazy. Hello, Ananda and Daphne. Hello, Fort Myers. And I'm at the Fort Myers Mystical Moon today. And it's kind of warm out still warm. It's probably gonna rain. That's why my hair is up, because I am a little bit more accurate, I would say, than the weather people, because my hair is its own weather barometer. Alrighty, so let's take a couple moments with the sacred smudge. Because it's a Monday. Yes, at the beginning of a brand new week. Let's allow the sacred smoke, the sage, to cleanse our minds, our bodies, our spirits. I'm going to share some smudge with you as well. Hi there, Casey in Fort Myers. Hi there. And we call upon the light. We call upon our guides, our higher selves, the masters, the angelic realm, the wonderful beings that work with us to guide us. They protect us and assist us on our journeys, help us recalibrate when we go a little bit far off of our paths. We call upon all of these divine beings to be present with us today and always, and so it is. Let's take a moment for that. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards and create 3 piles. And so these are the messages for this upcoming week. For those who are tuned in, hi Margie from Maryland, hi Margie. And so it is, yes. All right, so we have a full moon coming up on the 1st of this week. So if you find yourself a little bit on edge, a little bit more sensitive than the norm for yourself, if you find yourself also very intuitive and maybe even more intuitive than how you usually receive messages, if it's coming through a little bit more clearly, and you might find your emotions are a little bit all over the place, and you might even also find that you're having trouble sleeping, and that is because the moon's energy is so powerful. So powerful. You might even be having some interesting dreams. And Daphne says, so emotional. And being emotional can go in many different directions, not just weepy, sad. Emotional can be frustrated or sad or feeling very joyful. Can be going from one end of the spectrum to the other one, in 0 time flat. Hi there, Michael. Daphne says yes. Hello, all who are tuning in. If you're tuned in, let me know where you're watching from, or where you're tuned in from or at. I always find that so interesting. So I'm going to keep shuffling the cards a little bit, getting the energy going. We'll see what's coming up for us this week. I'm kind of excited. Not kind of, but I am excited. I'm going to be ordering more products that have a... Hi there. This is not the restroom. So obviously someone's looking for the restroom. So I am ordering more products that have more of that fall kind of magical, witchy, elemental type of element for us. I see Daphne smile. Yeah, well, that does happen quite a bit in the back here of the story. In the store, in the back of the store here at the Fort Myers store, because the restroom's to the right and then some, and my room is to the left, and sometimes people forget which is their right, so I make it, a little light of it and say, your other right, the other right. All right, so Kat's tuning in from Vegas, and hello, Kathy. Good to see you as well. All right, I think we've got a good amount of shuffleage going on here. All right, so I'm going to pull 3 for each pile. I'm going to move them around a little bit. So kind of take a moment to think about which pile number you're hearing. It would be 1, 2, or 3. And I'm pulling them from different parts of the deck. And they're probably going to all be right side up. They will not be reversed because I have not shuffled them that much and worked with them. They haven't been worked with that much to be able to have the reversed or upright positions. All right. Which pile resonates for you? 1, 2, or 3? I mentioned one of these days I'm going to get fancy. I'm going to have a couple of cameras going and you'll be able to see my piles. 1, 2, or 3. And I see a couple of people feeling 2. 1, 2, or 3. All righty. And so these messages are for this upcoming week. So I'm going to turn them over. So 1, 2, or 3. All righty. Anybody here read tarot? Read tarot cards? Anybody here besides me? I think a few of you do read the tarot cards or maybe dabble working with the tarot cards. And so I don't know if everybody is familiar with my teachings, but I do teach tarot, how to read the tarot, how to work with the tarot. I call it, I see it more as an intuitive tarot, right? The cards have their meaning, but when I teach tarot or facilitate holding space with people with their journey with the tarot, it's more with your connecting with your intuition. It's also about creating the space, a sacred space for opening up with spirit. And so I will be offering over the next couple of months, I'm going to be offering a tarot, an in-depth tarot workshop online. So keep your eyes open for that. And Daphne says, I taught her. Awesome. 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 And I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be juicier than ever. It's going to, there's a lot more material I'm able to put into this online course. And if you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, I'm going to encourage you to do so at lauriebarraco.com. And I know we're going to have a great time. And that is something that I do try to integrate is more of a serious information, serious material, right? It's important, sacred material, but it's important also to have a good time and to laugh and to bring in more of that joyful approach to any type of esoteric teaching, because a lot of times it gets lost and then we find ourselves falling asleep and kind of sometimes going over our heads. Yeah. All right. So here we go. All right. If you chose pile number 1, which I see a few friends have here. All right. Let's see what is here with the first pile. So first we have the King of Swords. These are such beautiful cards. The King of Swords. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. And then we have the 7 of Cups. So it looks like this week, if you chose pile number 1, you are going to become and get really serious. Not only become serious, but really get into the details of where you want to be. And this feels like it has more of a financial feel. Where do you want to be with your finances? And I do see the weeding out of areas where there's leaking money, right? So expenses with subscriptions and bills that maybe could be changed to a new not subscription, but like your bills, like your phone bill. There's a different plan that you could probably go with. So this week, Spirit is going to help guide you and show you where you're leaking money. That's very helpful, right? So you might receive your bill and decide to really look at the details, and you may be charged, sorry, tripping over my words. You may be charged for something that you don't even have. It's not even a perk in your bill and your subscription. So Spirit's going to help us get clear with where our money's going and help us set ourselves up for the future, right? Yeah. So I see Daphne saying, wow. So I don't know what that's in relation to. So the King of, I'm just going to give you a quick little update or a little bit of info. The King of Swords is one who has a really amazing ability to sort through details and numbers, and has very analytical type of stance. He's wise. His intellect is it's amazing. It's powerful. You don't want to get into a battle with a King of Swords. He's going to win almost every time because he knows the details. He has a fast response, and he could pull things right out of the air. Okay, the next card is the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is the achievement of a goal. It's the ending of a cycle, right? So there are some areas where we may realize that we're at the end of the line financially, that this is done, this is complete. I don't know why I'm still paying for it. And it's also known as, I'm going to say like the payout. But we might be looking and saying, why aren't we being paid out more, right? So there's this, that King of Swords. And then we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can have scattered energy and may at times have a hard time prioritizing. Look at all these different things. Where's my focus? Where's my passion? And that might even go along with hand in hand with this full moon, right? Lots of energy, lots of ungroundedness. And I do want to ask, is anybody else feeling really ungrounded lately? I'm feeling it a little bit these days. I'm not going to, I'm going to be honest. There's just so much that's going on with the polls and then our personal things coming up. And so that could be some of this scatteredness that we're feeling. So if you've chose pile number one, you could be rest assured that you are going to be shown where you're leaking money, where you're leaking energy as well, and how and where you can set yourself up for a more steady financial flow, cushion for the future, right? It's not all about the now. A lot of times people are more focused on the now, and then with my next check, I'll take care of it. But if anything, 2020 has shown us that there's no guarantee that you're going to get that same paycheck, that there'll be that same payout. And if you take a look around, look at all these big box stores and all these businesses that are shifting. Some are closing, some are they're downsizing with what they offer, right? Their products and their services. And then even their offices are having people work from home. So a lot of shifting. And so if you chose pile number one, or if you didn't choose pile number one and the information still resonates, just kind of like sit with it a little bit. It might even pique your curiosity of, where am I wasting money? How come I don't have more in my bank account than I should, right? It happens to all of us. And I have a note made that I'm going to make a note for myself too, to check out some subscriptions that I don't need. And I'll give you an example. I use an online graphic resource for some of my posts, and I actually have 2 of them, and I only want to pay for 1 subscription. I don't need 2. So I'm going to go into the next one, the one I'm not using, and I'm going to go cancel that. There's no need for it to be automatically renewed. And that's what happens a lot of times, is they're automatically renewed. Okay, now check out some of our comments here. So, yep, other people are feeling ungrounded. Yep, I can completely relate. All right, so if you chose number 2, woo, it's all this week is all about what feels right and good for me, and making sure your soul's needs are met, and not letting resources, gifts, abilities, talents go to waste. So if you are an amazing writer, You need to get to writing. If you are a painter, what are you painting, right? And so it doesn't mean that you have to look at what you're going to receive financially. You could be an amazing painter, and the painting brings you peace, and it helps you with your creativity, and it helps you sort through things, and it's your meditation. Let's do more of that, right? We need to be doing more of that. And I feel like there's a two-parter to this set of cards. I think also it has to do with your relationships, with looking at the relationships that may be out of balance and where you might need to update some of the dynamics within your relationships. The first card we have is Temperance. Temperance is taking all this goodness, these abilities, these skills, what you have surrounded yourself with, what meaning your own abilities, your know-how, and your skills, and turning them into alchemical gold, doing something with the gifts and the passions that you came in to within this world. The next card is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups has a mature outlook on life. They, in a way, have mastered their emotions for the most part. They're not going to allow those triggers to self-sabotage them, to cause self-sabotaging. They are able to look at situations and their own reactions and sort through those reactions with an evenness. And then the last card is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is personal achievement, what I've accomplished with, and enjoying my life in that way. And the reason why I went into that other direction was this King of Cups. He wanted me to talk about balance in my relationships. Am I happy with where this relationship is at? Am I feeling comfortable? Or do I feel like someone is possibly crossing boundaries and not honoring my personal space, my personal beliefs, and where I'm at in my life? So yeah, that's for pile 2. A few of you have chose 2. Alrighty, so number 3. Okay. So I'm hearing that Spirit is going to help point out the scenarios where we're being manipulated and people are pushing our emotional buttons. Oh, fun, right? Oh, that's going to be a good time. Yay. But it's necessary. It's really necessary to see things for what they are. So we have the Nine of Swords, which is often our fears. And sometimes, these fears keep us up at night. And they're not necessarily a truth or a reality. The swords have to do with beliefs and thoughts. And so these fears, which probably haven't even manifested because they're fears, they're in our heads, they are causing havoc in our life, disrupting our sleep, sabotaging our thoughts, hijacking our thoughts. Then we have the Queen of Cups, and she is nurturing, she's loving, she's very intuitive, and she is that King of Cups counterpart. She brings in a little bit more of that psychic, motherly type of frequency. And then the last card we have is the Page of Cups. So we may have looked the other way when there have been situations where someone has where someone's a lot of bit immature, emotional, with their emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. That's what I want to say. Their emotional intelligence may be kind of not developed yet, and so there may be some triggers that come up, right? So here we see someone triggering us and maybe getting a reaction about the things that are really important to us. And then that activates our fears here, right? How healthy is that, right? How healthy is that? So Spirit's going to help us recognize when it's happening. It's like, oh, it's happening. And then Spirit's going to help us track all of that energy to where it originated. And then we have the opportunity of doing what we want to do with it, right? Do I want to continue to be manipulated in this way or not? Or am I going to do something about this? Right? So some of the energy does feel a little bit upside down. And when it's upside down, what it does is it turns what was hidden in the shadows and brings it to light. And I do know that that is really important and it's purposeful and it helps us move into higher consciousness, shifts our vibration and puts us in alignment with our goals, our intentions, and our potentials. So I'm just going to check in with some of the comments. Kathy says, I am checking insurance renewal rates instead of just paying the price I have been. Excellent. So that's an excellent example of changing things up. And chances are your insurance agent or whoever you're working with is not on top of it. So this is our responsibility. It's our responsibility to make sure that it all adds up and that we're not paying for things that we're not receiving, right? Where we're out of balance there. And yes, definitely. Lots of cups or lack of emotional intelligence. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Yeah. I hope that these messages resonated. As I mentioned, there's kind of like this turning things upside down, bringing what was under the surface, maybe we weren't aware of it, and flipping it so the light shines on it. We see it, it's been unearthed, and now we have the opportunity to do something about it. Okay. I will suggest working with grounding stones this week, such as tiger's eye or hematite or black tourmaline. They're also wanting me to mention a red jasper to help us stay rooted and grounded. I definitely can feel the spiral energy of pulling us out of our center. And this is to help us to see things in a different perspective. However, it's really important that we stay grounded at this time. Okay, so grounding stones, maybe some chakra meditations to help us balance all of our chakras, going outside, being in the fresh air and connecting with nature, the plants and the elements and the air and water. Flowing water most certainly helps us move through what's going on. And let's check ourselves. Let's make sure we take a deep breath before we allow a random trigger to get the best of us. We don't need to go there. This year has been a lot. We don't need to add to what we're already dealing with by allowing ourselves to be triggered by other situations. Yep, we have a choice in it. Nobody could trigger me without my permission. That's a pretty good quote, and I probably will share that down the road. No one can trigger me without my permission. Is the truth. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be live again on, I think it's Thursday, on the full moon. And I know I scheduled it already. So I look forward to seeing you soon. You're so welcome, everyone. Have a blessed week. Namaste. Thank you. Bye-bye.